Today is August 7th, 2020, and I'm standing here in front of the old Mound Congregational Church in Kragnes Township, 2 miles west of Kragnes, Minnesota. About a month or two from now, the church building, which was built in the fall of 1898, will be torn down. This front entryway on the west side was added on in 1982, and the piece between the back of this entryway and the back of the bell tower there facing us, that was added on in 1949 and completed in 1950. And then this bright side, back side of the bell tower here, all the way to the back of the church building here. This is the original part, built in the fall of 1898. And it was actually about 1.5 miles, 2 miles northeast of here originally, and it was moved here in the fall of 1899. This full basement was added on in 1967. The bell used to be up in the tower, was moved down permanently in 1967 when the basement was built. And it was moved back here for the church's centennial in 1996. And this is Mound Cemetery, which was established June 27th, 1901. First burial in the cemetery was Ellen Fredrickson in January of 1903. And as of today, there are 310 marked burials in the cemetery. Cemetery was the first organization in the community to be named Oak Mound in 1901, and is one of the last remaining entities left with the name Oak Mound. This is the entryway that was added on in 1982. This is the sanctuary as it has looked almost untouched since circa 1968, I believe. Carpeting was put in the 60s. The tile floor was put in 1950 when this back part was added on. The paneling was added on in the early 60s in the front. And the pulpit and lectern and altar were all built around 1950 during the remodeling. Stained glass windows and pews are believed to be the only original fixtures of the church from 1898. There's a banner up here from our centennial in 1996 that the Mound Sunday School children made. Baptismal font disappeared within the last month, unfortunately, but matched the rest of the chancel equipment. This is the pulpit. This is where the paraments and altar cloths used to be stored. These three light fixtures were added about 1940 when the church was wired for electricity. The pews were refinished from their original darker color in 1950 to match the new woodwork. And this cardboard or fiber type paneling was also added in 1950. This is the plaque that was dedicated to the descendants of the Louisa Newcomb family who donated the land in 1899 when the church was moved here. It was dedicated on the church's centennial Sunday, July 14th, 1996. So this is the Sunday school room that was added on, and with the 1949 to 50 edition. The cemetery safe used to sit in this corner along with the pump organ. These white pickets are from the original cemetery fence, which was completed in 1905 and taken out in the early 80s. That's where the cemetery maps used to hang. These candle lighters are also from about 1950. And these fake Boston ferns used to sit out front for many years. This is the cloakroom that was also part of the 1949 to 50 edition. These homemade coat racks. Only attic access to the sanctuary of the church. No, this is going into the little room entryway underneath the bell tower here. Been a lot of leakage over the last 9 years since the church closed in July 31st, 2011. It's been 9 years as of last week. There's a first level of the attic up there and an old step ladder, and then a second level that goes up into the very top of the steeple where the bell used to be, and this is where the rope used to hang down when the bell was still up in the tower. And this takes us outside looking north at the great big oak tree that no doubt helped them name this place Oak Mound. This is going down our tiny little stairwell into the basement, which was built in May of 1967. Time has not been kind to it these past 9 years, without any heat or cooling or proper dehumidifying. Lots of mold has grown, the walls are starting to buckle and cave in, and the lights don't work very well. This hole up here is where the cornerstone of the church building was removed in 2011 when the church closed, and we opened it up and donated its contents to the Historical and Cultural Society of Clay County. This is the area where Sunday school used to be, and tables were out for church dinners and pancake feed. This piano that was ruined in the flood used to sit over on this wall here. And this is the kitchen, or what's left of it. And this is a stairwell that goes outside, which is boarded up because a few people have broken into the church already through it. And this little door here goes into one of the wings that you saw on the outside of the church building. Fridge used to be over in this area. Lots of mold down here. Stove and oven and porcelain sink used to sit over here. And this is the little furnace slash utility room. Here's our still working ever faithful pressure tank, which is soon to be replaced. And this was remodeled back in 1998 to 99. And so the position of the furnace room and the women's bathroom and part of the interior of the kitchen was all changed at that time. This is what's left of the ladies' bathroom. Used to be a mirror that hung here. And the toilet was back to back with the men's room. They were smart when they built it. Sinks are back to back as well. Some paneling was added back on after the basement flooded in 2011, just so we could have a bathroom for our remaining months before the church closed and for our closing celebration. No light down here, but this is under the stairs. What used to be a closet here. Of course, all the paneling's been torn out. This is where the leaky roof eventually seeps. And this is what's left of the men's restroom. I understand this was quite the project in 1967 and brought out all the goodness in all the church members. They all gave money and then they all gave their time and talents to finish the basement. Some people were skilled at electrical work, others in plumbing. The ladies had many raffles and bake sales and used coupons to get the proper furnishings and appliances and utensils for their new kitchen. They'd been using, of course, the old Oak Mound school building prior to that, many decades prior. And there were a few good finish carpenters and painters in the congregation too.